Napoleon Bonaparte was born on August 15, 1769, to Carlo Bonaparte, who was a lawyer, and Lazio Romolino. After his father switched his allegiance to the French, Napoleon and his brother Joseph were enrolled in a French college. After a while, Napoleon found himself in the military college Brienne, where he graduated early. He then became the second lieutenant of the artillery. Napoleon returned home, but upon returning home, a civil war had begun in his homeland. Napoleon's family was thought of as enemies, so they had to move to France, where he began serving in the French military. Napoleon showed support for a popular, well-known political movement called the Jacobins. That showed other people that Napoleon knew what he was talking about, and that he had strong opinions that appealed to a large amount of people. For Napoleon's hard work, he was dubbed as the commander of the Army of the Interior, and became a trusted advisor to the Directory of Military Matters. Napoleon took an army of 30,000 scrappy, hungry, and strong men and changed them into a better army, proving his commander's strength. That army took many victories that proved to be vital to fighting Austria. They expanded France by a huge margin, and they got rid of people that wanted to keep France as a monarchy. Napoleon married Josephine, but she couldn't give him a son, so naturally, he decided to marry the daughter of the Emperor of Austria, who gave him a son named Napoleon II. Great creativity there, Bonaparte. Anyways, Napoleon and his army went to Egypt in an attempt to conquer it and disrupt the trading system for Britain to and from India, but it all failed. Napoleon's army was destroyed in the Battle of the Nile. This loss damaged Napoleon and France's image. This caused Britain, Austria, Russia, and Turkey to form up against France. The French armies were destroyed in Italy, but they had to give up land. But when Napoleon returned, he was viewed as a hero and is greatly celebrated. After coming back from a lot of hard work, victories, and defeats, Napoleon decided to join in a bloodless event that overthrew the whole French Directory. You know, as you do. He became consul and the leading figure of France, and with his forces he defeated Austria and took back the lands in Italy. Napoleon's place as consul was then cemented at that time after the victory. The British finally gave in to signing a treaty with the French. Next came the Napoleonic Wars. France sold land to America. This was known as the Louisiana Purchase. Not long after, Napoleon went straight back to war with Austria, Britain, and Russia. Britain won an important naval battle against Napoleon, which thwarted some of his plans. So he decided to beat Russia and Austria at the Battle of Austerlitz. Napoleon won many fights, which led him to expanding the French territory. Then came the Napoleonic Code, which part of it is still used today. The Napoleonic Code basically got rid of privileges due to birth and allowed free religion. Napoleon created a new constitution, basically became a dictator. His ideas became so popular, he became the Emperor of France and consul for life. Then it was all downhill from there. He failed at invading Russia. Thousands of people were killed. The British advanced on French territory. The French government was losing lots of resources to fight. And finally, Napoleon surrendered. Napoleon was exiled to an island, but later escaped and returned to power. People seemed happy at first, but then they were reminded of past failures and problems about his leadership. He fought in Waterloo and was humiliatingly defeated by the British. Finally, he was sent to St. Helena, where he lived out the rest of his life in peace. This is a picture of Napoleon Bonaparte that I drew in the mountains. I like to imagine that he just got finished fighting and is taking a breath, looking at his surroundings. Thank you for watching my Unit 4 Summative Assessment on Napoleon Bonaparte.